Alright, had a request for leaping crane. The Parker system has had it pretty much covered for years. I'm not going to look at the Parker, I'm going to look at the way the AKK does it. Then I'm going to show you a little bit of flavor of the way I do it. And the way I do it is very similar to the way Mr. Paul taught me 14, 15 years ago when I first met him. And one of his guys was working this pattern, and I said, man, I just fell in love with it. So that's what we're going to finish off at the end. The flavor's yours. Leaping crane is still basically the idea is you're surprised. You can't go backwards. You have to go forwards. Your back is up against the wall. Your back is up against an object. So the idea is you've got to go forward and then get off that attack, that line of attack as quickly as you can. So with that, let's go through the details. I'm going to use John here. All right, we're going to work a little bit of diagonal here so you can kind of see what's going on. All right, step through right straight punch. We'll stay with this right now, but then I'll show you a version that works through a step through right straight punch or a right cross. It really doesn't matter. Okay. As the punch comes in, we're leaping off, we're stepping off. In the old days, it was the classic one-legged crane stance and then the kick. Mr. Paul doesn't actually do that. As the punch comes in, we just take an exaggerated step off and get that parry. And as we parry, think of this as left-hand timing. Boom, as we get that shot. Now the book has a middle knuckle rake in the technique. You can practice that. You can develop that weapon, you can turn it into a viable weapon, and then from there, knife edge kick, kicking him down, hammer fist, or back knuckle into the left floating kidney or left kidney, sandwiching the head, chop, 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 hook, pulling back, knee, palm heel to the mastoids, and then you cover out and the technique is finished. Okay? That's the basic AKK technique, or the Mills technique. One more time, just a little bit quicker, but not too much. I want to show details. Stepping off, catching that middle knuckle rake, knife edge down, back knuckle, sandwich to the head, chop, 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 hook the eyes, hook the head, whatever is a viable target, snapping a knee into the spine, popping him back, and then double shots to the mastoid. The technique is over. Now, a little bit more about the way I do it. I don't use the middle knuckle. Middle knuckle is a developed weapon. It's not a natural weapon. It has to be worked. It has to be developed. You got to spend a lot of time making it work. I can make it work. A lot of other black belts out there can make it work. A lot of people can make it work. And one of the biggest problems I've found over the years on this technique, as I hop off, is getting caught up in clothing. Right? That's a point. That's a point coming in and catching a lot of what they're wearing. If you're fighting at the beach, that's one thing. But we're not fighting at the beach. We're probably at a nightclub somewhere. So I like to use what we call the quarter punch. Right? So one more time. On a quarter punch, the quarter punch goes straight in, and then after it penetrates, it pulls back at a diagonal. Boom! So we get that nice, clean, floating rib shot, getting a reaction where he starts to collapse down, pop that knife edge, and then boom, as we work our way through. So we're going to use the quarter punch. Now, let's just take it a step further. All right, let's look at the technique at speed. Okay. At speed. Now, that's the Mills version. Now let's take a look at an advanced Mills version. Punch comes in. We're still getting that parry as we step off. We're getting that shot as we step off. So we've got 1, 2, kick to the back leg. And as we kick from this position, we can land, hit, chop, boom, knee. Now to really play with the timing, punch comes in, insert the back fist before the kick. Okay, so punch comes in. If you want to hear the timing, you can use open hands. Punch comes in, boom, catch that elbow. Again, one more time. a lot quicker, takes out the dead space. Takes out the dead space of that hanging back fist. Well, as you kind of work the technique. All right, so let's try that one more time. Play with a little timing in it, and I think we'll kind of leave you guys with that. And that's pretty much the way I do leaping crane. Hope you enjoy.